there, man. Also give them a call-in number if they want to call in and ask their questions directly.
Okay.
Now, usually, sir, usually, any anti-so-called Semitic remarks that celebrity make, they take all their power and then they make them apologize.
Right.
Every single last one, they made them all apologize to their white dad.
But they kick your bank's supposed to be decentralized, meaning no one entity controls whether or not you can put your money in it.
That's disgusting.
But this proves that what?
First breath I took, a life too surreal. Second breath I took was the pivot and strike, finish the kill. Influenced by might with every sentence reveal. I won't pay back, fuck a dollar bill. Remain calm as the pressure build. Die to endure until I let this pump whistle at my foes in memory of Emmett Till. I only live to do my master's will. It's UPK, motherfucker. Ain't no cowards on this battlefield. Gone astray but made greater in my return. Left to my mistakes. Every error was a lesson learned. Now I don't move lest it get approved. Won't take a step till they get confirmed. Armed and tape, it was made for our sakes. March like a tank. One step will make the ground shake. My people sick in their head. Lord, let this truth spread like an outbreak and bring hell that the crackers can't escape. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. I won't pay back for the scars in the slave memoirs. Till Christ arrived, I can't let it slide. Ignore the lies. The only free will that's before your eyes is life or death, nigga, you decide. This heaven was made for me and my fellow. I patiently wait with my eyes on the sparrow, and I pull the trigger while my lips kiss the barrel. Before I ever let a white bitch do me like Othello. I want out this wicked life like Romello. By any means, this devil pulling strings like Geppetto. Lay hold on this brotherhood, I swear I never let go. And fuck that silver spoon, got too much love for the ghetto. Till the score settle, if need be, I die for the cause. Just to hear them angels applaud. And I'm true by every word I say, cause I know my victory on the way. You want it? Nigga, walk this way. This life may be hard, but I can't give up. I'm about to go hard and I won't give up. And could you tell me about this God that you feel so much? And why you look so good? Cause it's real, I be walking with the angels. Boy, this life may be hard, but I can't give up. I'm about to go hard and I won't give up. Could you tell me about this God that you feel so much? And why you look so good? Cause it's real, I be walking with the angels. Boy, I can't be touched. Can't do it in the clutch. They hate what they can't.
They killed, give me out say 14 and 21. They did the same thing to my people. So you said that they put millions of my access. Should a murderer go to jail for murdering? Absolutely. Should a thief go to jail when he steals? Absolutely. Should a robber pay back the money he robbed? Absolutely. So why shouldn't the white man pay for what he did? That's right. That's right.
One day you'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog.
I'm in a hell of a hole, was never expected to grow. Just obstacle set in the road, that a result of me selling my soul. The story I'm telling is cold, but yet it's what everyone knows. The white man's the devil is known. America was never a home, only a place of captivity, safe facility, hating disfigure me. They claim that I'm lazy, be killing me. Maybe this slavery draining my energy. 400 years and counting, the trail of my tears is countless. Main fact that I'm here is astounding, but I can't wait till this shit is surrounded. Ready to tangle my king and the angel, be ready to rap. Crack in the sky, nuclear missiles and make it official. I'm capturing every cracker surviving. Put them all in chains where they need to be, slavery for me. And let the whole world see that with them in the cage and safer in the streets. Put the dog on a leash, get resolved for the beast. 144, get the ruler show, we could all be at peace. As soon as the trumpets are sound, your kingdom we busting it down. The only way justice is found, the time for your judgment is now.
One day you'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog.
Look, ain't no remorse in my blood slim. It won't be no compromise. Now it's time to feed the worms. Watch his body turn to flies. I clutch iron while you trust the lies. The next Glock I buy gon' be Gen 5. I get it customized. And sending shots off like farewell. Praying payback come back around like a carousel. Still remember your Honda's words ringing in my head like bells. Said you in this body, you fit a Lord, fuck the cartel. Triangle choke, apply pressure to the game like I did Vondale. Payback's a bitch in a dress, she a bombshell. Revenge is dish served cold, I just hope they making oxtail. Glock fresh out the box, I swear it got that new car smell. Made myself a target in the world of mad shooters. Devils design fire for our babies to pass through it. And the day of our king's reign, I'll be overzealous. They bought my jealous, I bought brand new parabellums.
One day you'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog.
Yeah, you know what it is. 140 for the rapper, busy man, shit, nigga. They take their head off, nigga. I pray what Eve did to Adam, I just pray my love don't lie to me. Swing the iron like Samson, I can't let no holder lie to me. I don't feel these rappers, oh they lies, this hypocrisy. Ain't no competition, ain't no rivalry. Nigga think I'm playing, I don't hear one word they saying, this shit light work. Think Muhammad one of us, he might lose his life first. Circle up and stay alert. Another cop just stretched the nigga. He a demon, this an exorcism. Watch I bless the nigga. You took that oath in blood, then you know I'm gon' get active with you. Fuck the opposition, I see vision. Let me paint the picture. Rappers claim they spit and I ain't listening. Is in fact a if revenge was a woman, now I stroke that bitch like Jackie. So Tower War, we gon' run the summer. It's gon' be a story. cause hell should've never kidnapped my family. I came to do that, bet I be the last nigga standing. Do a life sentence for my niggas, pray you understand me. I might put a switch on his Glock and call it young baby. How you real triggering on them dots? You a bird feeder, claiming he a demon. What's a demon to a cold leader? What he saying something, I ain't hear him. This shit like it ain't about who got the gun, it's about who gon' up that pipe first. I turn a bad situation to a game changer. Bring soldiers from the dead, just raised up the chain. Free shots, I'ma look like Aaron Jones when I run it. Never bite the hand that feeds you, you'll never get that hand back. He bitchin' about 10%, I don't wanna hear none of that. He dropping sword, fuck him, just make sure you get that cover back. Look around, he ain't with us, probably cause he never was. Now my chin like you with the angels for your brothers. Everybody won't be Richard Porter, God kill him like Alpo. Play if he want, it's laying in the trunk like Lee Malvo. I'm a certified woman's ass nigga, I am not a toy. Hey, out with that hollow side, yeah, this the real McCoy. Feel like Gullah Jack when I'm in Fayetteville, you feel your boy. Still up on my bread, still I think that's all that I do. The way I get that boy lost, they gon' start to call him Elroy. Fuck his game, pop out on them demons like I'm Hellboy.
Absolutely no sense the Quran coming before the Bible when clearly history shows you. If your family believes that, that proves that that we are a destroyed people, because we won't even pick up the internet to do these researches. We just fall and believe in any goddamn thing. You know, similarly what me and the brother was discussing a few seconds ago about being a Jehovah's Witnesses, right? Jehovah's Witnesses were founded by white men. You know, the Lord said he didn't give his spirit to them. He didn't give his laws to them. He didn't share his understanding with any white people. Right? Give me, what scripture am I thinking of? Is it Psalms 83?
Psalms 147.
147 verse 19. Give me that real quick. Psalms 147 verse 19.
Come on.
There's some other hardcore scriptures on Romans 9:1 is another one. You know, who are Israelites? You know what I mean? I think we went over part of that last week, but go ahead.
So like I said, Psalms 147 verse 19.
Yeah, give me that real quick.
Come on. In the book of Psalms, chapter 147, verse 19. He shewed his word unto Jacob.
Okay.
His statutes and judgment and his judgment unto Israel.
Go ahead.
Verse 20. He hath not dealt so with any nation.
You see that? He have not done that same thing with any other nation. So how could a white man be the founder of anything pertaining to the Lord? When the Most High said he changed not. I am the Lord your God, I change not. Right? He declared the end and the beginning. Everything that is playing out right now is biblical prophecy. It's the things that the Lord declared would happen right now. And no white man, certainly not a white man in control over black people, is going to give you any oracle pertaining to any prophecy pertaining to the Lord. That's just nonsense. So how could your family, let's just prove how ignorant we are. But it also, that's a biblical prophecy in itself. Because the Lord said, I bear witness that they have the zeal of God, but not according to knowledge. The thing that feel good in our heart is the thing that we are going to be captivated by. You know what I mean? That's the thing that we're going to follow. Right? We're going to embrace it because we're largely emotional people. Judaism is emotional as hell. You know what I mean? We're largely emotional. You see a brother, cool, calm, and collective, he really got to, he's struggling. He's fighting his emotions. Because typically we are largely emotional people and we go on a lot of things. We go on a lot of feeling, right? So for your family, what I would try to do is and maybe go at them kind of covertly, if you understand what I mean. Maybe not a direct affront, but maybe something you listen to while they're in the car. Put on one of General Hyman's, or put on Commander General Hachaanakah, or General Hyman, you know what I mean, or one of these big generals, or one of these big captains, Captain Captain Tazariak, brother is excellent in making people understand. You know what I'm saying? How giving them direction on how to let go of some of the things that they've embraced, like that Kemetic and that African bull crap. He's excellent at crushing those individuals, man, and bringing Israel home. You got something to write?
I got a question, so when you're done.
He's excellent at that. So what I would do is covertly play something, you know, that might get their attention. Play a video, a breakdown, and then you play a breakdown on Muhammad. You know, we got a couple of debates where we've debated those Muslims, you know what I mean, and destroyed them. We, even the Nation of Islam, the Moorish Science Temple of America, we've destroyed them in debates. And they can't contend with anything that we say. They certainly can't. You would never be able to prove. Any trooper could prove to you that the Quran came many years after the Bible. So if your family believes the Quran came first, first of all, again, it proves that the Bible is absolutely correct, and it shows that they don't study at all. They just believe. And belief without work is nothing, and that's the reason why it's nothing. You could believe and have faith in this garbage right here, but the minute you start to do the work for it, you be like, man, this is not real. This is some garbage. You mean the scriptures say, "Show me your faith, and I'll show you my faith by my work." You know what I mean? They ain't even working hard to do anything in Islam. They're just showing up just like any Christian. A Christian go to church so they can be justified in their whoredoms and their wicked lust and their imagination. They don't go to church to love God, to big up God. You know what I mean? To represent the Most High. They go to church to get away with, in their mind, to get away with the wickedness that they did the day before. All right, go ahead, Zarak.
I got a question, sir. I would like to get like a breakdown or a clear understanding.
Like on the death of Christ, because I hear people say that, you know what I'm saying, the Jews, which is us, we killed Christ, you know what I mean, and then the white man, the Romans.
Right, so you hear I've heard that before too, and I asked that question myself. That's why I can break it down for you. First, I'm gonna give you the scenario that you may have faced becoming an Israelite, right? From the people that you denied. You might have. Let me rephrase that. I personally know, and I'm just trying to word it the correct way. I personally know that you struggled with people that believed in Christianity once you became an Israelite. I personally know that because I know you. So imagine Christ hitting the scene, and the powers that be that ran those organizations saw him as a threat. Right? Saw him as a threat and sought to do what? Destroy. Is that not in the Bible? Where is that written in the Bible? Pull it up. You look up Caiaphas, the high priest, and you will see that is kin to, you know, what goes on nowadays with these big time preachers when they want to utter a word against Commander General Hachaanakah or the Israelite School UPK. It's the same thing. If those bastards had it their way, we'd be strung up and horsewhipped, if not crucified, just like Christ. Because guess what they're losing right now? Remember, T.D. Jakes had the nerve to utter some of Commander General Hachaanakah's reverb on black women. He had the nerve. He must have watched Commander General Hachaanakah one week and then got some balls about himself and went to church and told black women to cover their asses up and stop being so disgusting to their men. T.D. Jakes had the nerve to say that to black women. The next week, what happened to his pews? You can pull that up too, Michelle, if you want to.
It was
no women in there.
No more women in there.
It wasn't no women in there. You know? So the minute you put on your armor and your strength in this country, in this world, you're gonna be rejected. And Christ said, unless you're willing to take up my cross, man, you ain't worthy of me. That's in the Bible. So you know, to answer your question, no, me and you wouldn't want to kill Christ. Well, we want to kill Commander General Hachaanakah, but who wants to kill him? Who wants commanding journey Yohana to hell up out of his seat?
The Christian church.
That's right. Particularly those in power over the Christian church. They want commanding journey Yohana out of his seat. The same way the high priest in that day, who was Sadducees and Pharisees, and scribes and goddamn liars and hoarders and whores and thieves, right? The same way they wanted Christ up out of there. Read Caiaphas's speaking against Christ. You got that precept?
Go
ahead.
In the book of John, chapter 11, verse 49, and one of them, named Caiaphas.
Give me 2 verses above that,
sir. In the book of John, chapter 11, verse 47, then gathered the chief priests and the Pharisees a council, and said, what do we? For this man doeth many miracles.
Now, he wasn't faking. He wasn't like, some of these snake oil salesmen, man, that got an audience out there, and half of the people are on board with him because he gets millions of dollars and he can pay these people to be actors. Not like them. Christ was really raising the dead, man. Christ was really making the blind see. He was performing many, many miracles, and everybody started to follow Christ. Right? Just like right now. You're seeing these churches emptying out, man. Like, I travel on Sundays. I'm like, damn, ain't nobody there this Sunday. The parking lot is empty. Yeah, man. And then, the emergence of COVID, really, think about what COVID did to the preachers. The preachers, like every other day, the preachers was dying. Every time I got a COVID report, it was some preacher of some mega church that bit the bullet. The Lord sent that plague, man, and wiped out a great number of these Christian pastors, man. And you don't see their churches flourishing like they used to anymore.
Right.
Read.
Verse 48. If we let him thus alone, all men will believe on him.
Now, you might think that they're leaving us alone right now. They're attacking us on every front, which is part of my topic tonight, or part of what something that I want to bring out in regards to Kanye West and the statements that the brother made, and the reverb that he's getting, and the punishment he's getting for claiming to be an Israelite. You understand? They literally crucified. That's a hell of a question you asked tonight, because that was part of what I wanted to bring out is the backlash for claiming to be not just anybody can claim to be a Jew, right? But if you claim to be a black Jew, if you claim to be the lost tribes of the nation of Israel, you're going to get a bunch of punishment. They literally want to crucify. I wouldn't be surprised if Kanye West gets shot up at a nightclub now. You know, these rappers and getting shot up and shit in the hood. I wouldn't be surprised if Kanye and Slocky, I'm definitely not wishing this on a brother at all. But it would surprise me if he found himself shot to pieces at some nightclub or, at some establishment, man, based on these comments that he's made. Historically, you call yourself Jew and black at the same time, and you got a following, you die. Historically, that's what happens, right? So anyway,
sir.
Just like Caiaphas, this high priest, right, who was over Israel, right, and benefiting from being over Israel, and him and the Sadducees, they had this private meeting. Sadducees and Pharisees had this private meeting on what to do about this man. The same as they've done about, believe it or not, the heads of this school. These private meetings. We know here that we've had the feds come. Was that you with me when the feds came and interviewed us? That was me and you, wasn't it? Feds coming in interviewing us about what we're doing, how we're doing it, and why brothers following what we say, and we had to give them a whole biblical breakdown. The feds, man. They do not want this thing right here flourishing. Go ahead, Gerard.
Not to mention, sir, the feds had raided the crib.
Did they kick the door down? Was that before or after?
After.
That was after they came in, and they interviewed us after, or kicked the door in after?
After. They interviewed us before.
They interviewed us before and then kicked the door in after. looking for, I think they was looking for bombs and grenades and weapons like that. They know we ain't something.
Yeah, they sent the ATF, and the ATF is
alcohol, tobacco, and firearms.
And terrorism.
And terrorism. That's what they're looking for. They're looking for bombs and stuff. Like, man, we ain't about, listen, man. Until Christ come back, man, we ain't about to throw rice at a wedding. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
We ain't doing none of that, man.
That's food. We can give it out.
Yeah. But anyway, so I'm just trying to put a little humor in there, but this shit is serious. It's serious. What they could have came in there. You see how they was on their weapons and everything, kicking the dough down. What if somebody had a weapon on them? What if one of us had a weapon? That could have ended terrible. You know what I'm saying? That could have ended terrible. And then that reminds me of that early men's report, Mashar, that I keep wanting to go back into. Right? It reminds me of what they used to do in back in the day to try to kick our doors in. Vilify us. They admitted, but the administration admitted that they would try to vilify us and make us seem like we are criminal, the same as Christ and the disciples. Right? So I can keep reading.
Continuing on verse 48. And the Romans shall come.
Hold on. What was the problem? Why did they want to get rid of Christ? Because what?
And the Romans shall come.
And if we let this man alone and he keep doing these miracles and the people following him, what?
And the Romans shall come.
The white man. That's the same thing T.D. Jakes and them fear. That the white man going to kick them out of the banking institutions. They're going to lose their 501c3 and be like us in the ghetto. Is that not what you should be striving for, man? Should you care? Should you care about the things of this world? You shouldn't care, man. You should put your whole faith in the Most High in Christ and not care. If that's what they want to do, let it be done, man. Zara.
So I have one more question. I heard like one little subject where Christ had a chance to live, but they voted him to get crucified and die.
Yeah, that's when the Romans, after they was beating the shit out of Christ, looked to the Sadducees and Pharisees and said, "Do you want us to kill your king?"
Wow.
They asked him that question. That's in the Bible. Mm-hmm. They asked him, "Are you sure this is what you want to do?" And then the woman, you know who paused to make him ask the question? Who was it? Who was that general?
Pontius Pilate.
I believe it was Pontius Pilate. His wife came to him and begged him not to kill Christ. Told him that this blood gonna be on your hand. And then he turned. You know what I'm talking about, Bashar? If you could find that for me, please. Then he turned to those Sadducees and Pharisees and asked them, "Are you sure?" I'm paraphrasing. Are you really sure this is what you want us to do? Kill this man. So I'm answering your questions, Iraq. No, the whole of Israel did not want Christ to die. Only those people that benefited from the Romans. Because as the brother is reading, if you could read on.
And take both away. Slaki. And take away.
And start from that sentence.
Sir. At the top 48, sir?
Not the whole verse.
Oh, in the middle.
Just, yeah.
And the Romans shall come and take away.
Meaning if we leave Christ alone, because he's doing all these miracles and the people following him, if we leave him alone, go ahead.
Come. And take away both our place and nation.
The Romans going to come and take both our place and our nation. We're not going to have a place in the society if we let this man continue on as he is. Everybody going to believe in the Israelite school in UPK if they left us alone. You don't realize how many attacks, so many covert affronts that they're throwing at us, man. Black Lives Matter, right? All of a sudden, the emergence of the blackity black movement, man. All of this is to scatter the flock. All of it, man. All of this, all of a sudden, this feminism on steroids. You know what I'm saying? And you don't need no man. And a so-called black woman promoted to the highest office in the land. All of this is to destroy the movement of Christ, believe it or not. But it's done. So they used to have this thing. It was the COINTELPRO. It was some code that they gave it. They gave this response to a black Messiah. If there ever arose a black Messiah, there is a particular protocol that the powers that be would influence. And all of these things that you're seeing, you ain't heard of none of this shit before the Israelite School of UPK. When I first came in, all of this blackity black shit was not popping. Watch this. This blackity black shit was not popping like it's popping now.
Right.
This feminism wasn't popping like it's popping now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? None of this shit was in effect. But now, since Commander General Yana become popular, he all in the Midwest. You know what I mean? The brother is in all the island states. You know what I'm saying? He over there, he in Mexico, man. Now all of a sudden you got to see all of these covert groups, man, designed, you know what I mean, to really pull our numbers apart. Because we're gonna go where it's easy, man. And what we, like I said, we believe in our heart, then we're gonna give our spirit to it as well. All right.
I'm actually glad we know the topic. I definitely need to break down.
Come on, give me some more of it. You got hold on for a second. Go ahead, Mashal.
I got that scripture in John.
Come on, go ahead, give it to me.
Oh, this is John, 11th chapter, starting at the 45th verse.
This is where they question whether or not the Romans questioned the Jews whether or not they wanted them to go through with killing Christ, correct?
This is where
Caiaphas, who was the high priest, spoke up, saying it's good. I believe it's good to one man die.
Yeah, we already there. That's where we are right now. I want you to look for where the general that was in charge of crucifying Christ, his wife came and questioned him. That's the one I'm looking for from you, if you could. We already on that one with Caiaphas and the high priest determining that Christ is going to actually be killed. All right, go ahead, Hebrew.
Slucky, sir.
Go ahead, please.
Verse 49. And one of them, named Caiaphas, being the high priest that same year, said unto them, Ye know nothing at all. Verse 50.
You don't know nothing. Y'all know nothing. Let me tell you what's really going on. Go ahead.
Nor consider that it is expedient for us that one man should die for the people.
You see that? It's one man shall die, and what he's calling the people, he's not talking about the whole of Israel. He's talking about those people that will be protected in their homes, right? Meaning, because the Romans, once we depart from, like say we ditch this society and stop participating in it, they're gonna lock us up, shoot us, crucify us to get us back in line. You know what I mean? If we took our spirit away from this place at once, this place would collapse overnight. It cannot function without us believing in it. We do things that no other nation, I'm talking about the whole of Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian people. Ain't a white person cleaning no damn toilets and picking no cotton, so to speak, no damn strawberries and lettuce out the field. They ain't doing it. This place would die overnight, man. If we took our spirit from this place, they would go back to the whip on our asses, or locking us up and then forcing us into the fields. They figure out a way to get that labor back out of us, back out of us. Believe that. All right. So you got it, Michelle. Let me just finish out right here. Go ahead.
And that the whole nation perish not.
Go ahead.
Verse 51. And this spake he not of himself, but being high priest that year, he prophesied that Jesus should die for that nation.
You see that? So what he's saying is this right here. It's good that we be up under the Romans. It's good that we have our place under the Romans. And if we buck the Romans, you know what's going to happen? They're going to come and kill us all. So it is a good thing that we let this man die. Because he's doing all of these miracles, and as he do miracles, guess what? The people are going to believe in him more. And then they're going to come and take what? Our place, our houses, and our money, and our prestige, and our reputations away from us. Crucify us like they crucified him. And we can't let that happen. That was the fear right there. Keep going.
Come.
So it wasn't like the whole nation of Israel said, you know, because it was people that would have killed you for Christ back then.
Right.
So everybody, like, you know, his disciples and other people that followed him weren't willing to let him die. But Christ, what did Christ say, man? This cup that my Father, you know, has poured for me, I'm paraphrasing, should not I drink it? He made that statement. I got to drink this. Right? Keep going.
Come. Verse 52. And not for that nation only, but that also he should gather together in one of the children of God that were scattered abroad.
Say it, read it one more time.
Come. And not for that nation only.
And not for, like, at that time, I believe it was Judah, Benjamin, and Levi that was concentrated largely in that region. But it was another, the northern tribes were scattered abroad. They had, they was either in the captivity of the Assyrians, or they was, no, they were out of the captivity of the Assyrians and had sought to go to a land where never man had dwelt before at that time. So they were already dispersed in the other nations. All right, go ahead.
Come. But that also he should gather together in one the children of God that were scattered abroad.
Read it again from that sentence.
Come, sir. But that also he should gather together.
Above that.
Oh, sir. And not for that nation only, but that also he should gather together in one the children of God that were scattered abroad.
Right. So the other nations that had fled already, that Christ was commissioned to do what? Bring us all back to one, in unison, together, right? I think we got enough there, and I want to kind of, the second part of your question, answer with Mashad.
Come. Can we go on to the book of
Matthew chapter 27, and we're starting at verse 15. Now at the feast, the governor was wont to release unto the people a prisoner whom they would. And they had then a notable prisoner called Barabbas. Therefore, when they were gathered together, Pilate said unto them, Whom will ye that I release unto you, Barabbas or Jesus, which is called Christ?
So he had posed this question to the high priest. Would you like us to release your Jesus? And I believe, like, we could read some another breakdown. Something happened with his wife, where his wife had a heavy conscience about. Oh, we get into it? Okay. Most High Christ. Go ahead.
Therefore, verse 17, therefore, when they were gathered together, Pilate said unto them, Who will ye that I release unto you, Barabbas or Jesus, which is called Christ? For he knew that for envy they had delivered him.
For what?
For envy.
For what?
Envy.
So it wasn't like when you read Caiaphas, you might think he's doing this for the people. Caiaphas is doing it for his people, for his family. He's doing it for his prestige and his state, his station. And all of them Sadducees and Pharisees that were gathered with him as well. They delivered Christ to them, to the Romans, for envy, because the people were doing what? Following Christ, believing in Christ, and they understood that they were going to lose this battle. Right? So let's just kill him. Go ahead.
Come. Verse 19, when he was set down on the judgment seat, his wife said unto him, saying, Have thou nothing to do with that just man?
She said, listen, wipe your feet of this thing right here. Don't have nothing to do with it. Don't make this your decision to kill this just man. That's what his wife is telling him. This is the Pilate was a general.
He was a governor.
A governor. He was the governor over that nation, over Rome, over the I forget the actual region. What is Judea? Judea. The governor over. So he even came in our land and conquered, just like they got over there. Netanyahu running Israel. How the hell you ain't even a damn Jew? You running the Jewish state? I'm Slaki, the home of the Israelites. Just like this bastard is doing right here. Slaki, go ahead.
Therefore, when they were gathered together, Pilate said unto them, Whom will ye that I release unto you, Barabbas or Jesus?
So he put this on in the hands of the Pharisees. He gave them the choice to release this just man, to let this just man go. Go ahead.
For he knew that for envy they had delivered him.
Keep going.
When he was set down on the judgment seat, his wife said unto him, saying, Have thou nothing to do with that just man? For I have suffered many things this day in a dream because of him.
Go ahead.
But the chief priest and the elders persuaded the multitude that they should ask Barabbas and destroy Jesus. Verse 21, the governor answered and said unto them, Whether of the twain will ye that I release unto you? They said, Barabbas.
Right. Barabbas was the guilty man. And they voted to allow Christ to die the death of the sinner. Out of envy. Out of jealousy. You see that? Any other questions on this topic? All right, let's move on. Any other questions?
That's the same spirit that the people that we in our family got against us.
Damn right.
Envy.
Damn right.
They see people following us and they're like,
sure. Especially some of these wicked pastors, man. Like I said, I've seen them, even copy our style, our breakdowns. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to put them on YouTube or nothing because they gonna convince some stupid Christian that they got the truth, right? But it's one question, right? Give me John, I believe 8 in verse 40. And then we did want to go into a couple topics tonight. One that I wanted to bring out was Kanye West, his latest rant in regards to the so-called Jewish people. All right, we're gonna bring that out. What Kanye West recently said about black people, actually, and so-called Jewish people. You got a microphone, Michelle? What you reading right now?
John 8 and 40, sir.
Okay, let me hear that.
Come. In the book of John, chapter 8 and verse 40. But now ye seek to kill me.
Go up a little bit. Go to 8 and 1 second. So this is Christ talking to these same people who voted him to die. These Sadducees and Pharisees. Go up to where it labels who it is. Go ahead.
Well, 2 verses, sir.
Go ahead, if that's what it calls them, Sadducees and Pharisees. Go up to 32. That's a good place to start.
Come on, sir. In the book of John, chapter 8 and verse 32. And ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. Verse 33.
No. Read it one more time.
Come. And ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free.
Okay, here it go right here. It starts off with the woman that they had caught in the act of adultery. Go to verse 4. Go to verse 1. Then we're gonna skip down all the way down. I want everybody to see who this conversation is between. This is the book of John, chapter 8. Read from verse 1.
Jesus, Yahweh went unto the Mount of Olives.
Say Jesus for the sake of the class.
Go ahead. Jesus went unto the Mount of Olives. Verse 2. And early in the morning he came again into the temple, and all the people came unto him, and he sat down and taught them.
And listen, all the people came to Christ, and he sat down and taught them. Go ahead.
And the scribes and Pharisees.
And what?
And the scribes and Pharisees.
I just wanted y'all to get that part right there before we go back down to verse 32. And the scribes and Pharisees brought unto him a woman taken into adultery. We know that story, but for the purpose of this one, I want you to jump down to verse 32.
Sir. Verse 32. And ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free.
Now, I got a question right before we move on about this particular verse, right? This particular verse is saying you are a what? And ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. So, and he's talking to the disciples. I mean, he's talking to read 31 real quick.
Verse 31. Then said Jesus to those Jews which believed on him.
So they believed in the things that Christ was bringing. That's contrary to what they had been learning from the Sadducees and the Pharisees. Like if you read the verse up, what we just said, they had wanted to kill a woman in the act of adultery when they were the ones doing the same damn thing. She probably was sleeping with one of them. You know what I'm saying? So my question about 32 is, if the truth is the thing that sets you free, what makes you a slave? And like people might get baffled and be like, when you call them a slave, like you don't necessarily mean because you got a slavery like we call it, but when we say you're a slave, we're mostly talking about this verse right here, largely. So if the truth shall set you free, what makes you a slave, young man? I just set it up for you perfectly. You should just be able to say one word and get it. If the truth is the thing that'll set you free, what makes you a slave?
It's like I said, believing in lies.
A lie. Lies make you a slave.
Okay.
Jehovah's Witness is a lie. The Moorish Science Temple of America is a lie. Islam is a lie. Christianity is a lie. Buddhism is a lie. Lord never spoke to any of them bastards, man. He says as much in the Bible. I am the Lord your God and none else. Somebody find that for me real quick, man. I am the Lord your God and none else. Everybody else telling you that he's the God of everybody is lying to you. And if you believe it, you're a slave. If you believe it, you're a slave, and you believe that everybody is getting their portion from God, which means you believe that your rightful place is up under every other nation. If you believe God is the God of everybody, and everybody is getting their portion, that means you believe that you should be a nigga in the ghetto. Go ahead.
In the book of Joel, chapter 2, and verse 27, and ye shall know that I am in the midst of Israel.
I'm in the midst of who?
Of Israel.
Go ahead.
And that I am the Lord your God.
Go ahead.
And none else.
So he's the Lord of the Jehovah's Witnesses. Read it again. I am the Lord your God, and what?
And none else.
He's the God of the Muslims.
And none else.
I am the Lord your God, Read it again from the top. And ye shall know that I am in the midst of Israel, and I am the Lord your God, and none else. Let that sink in, man. He never claimed to be the God of the Japanese. It's saying right here, I'm the Lord your God of Israel. It's right here, man. Right here. It's in the Bible that you claim to believe in. What are you talking about? God loved everybody and he gave he gave you your land and you know, them rats they eat in China and them goddamn bats and cats and that you flourishing on. He gave you that if you wanted to eat that because he never gave you the goddamn law.
Right.
Read it one more time.
Come. And ye shall know that I am in the midst of Israel.
I am in the midst of Israel. Right now, man, the Lord is in the midst of Israel. He's trying to wake up black, Hispanic, and Native Indian people out there stupid, man. That's right. Up out of this affiliation with the Romans and needing to be and up under them in order to receive a little morsel of bread. The crumbs from their goddamn table. That's what the Lord is sick of. That's what the Israelite School of UPK is sick of because we got the Spirit of the Lord. We sick of it. That's why you see us angry half the goddamn time. Because we sick of you being so into Jehovah's Witnesses and goddamn Christianity. When the Lord said, read it again.
Come. And ye shall know that I am in the midst of Israel. And that I am the Lord your God. And none else.
And none else.
And my people shall never be ashamed.
And my people shall no more be ashamed. Never be ashamed. That is coming to black, Hispanic, and Native Indian people. It's going to be a day, man, where we're going to be able to walk around this place with our heads held high. That's right. And not ashamed. And let a bastard look at me in my eye in that day. I dare you to give me some eye contact. I'm going to do what the Lord said I could do to you just like you did to me. You better bow your goddamn head when you see me in that day. You understand? The Lord said he's my God and none else. And we shall never be ashamed. All right? Let's go back to 32. Because if the truth shall set you free, you're a slave to the lies. So why does the world seek to force feed you Christmas and Thanksgiving and Easter bunnies? And Christianity? Why is all of this stuff so prevalent in the black community? Because of this right here. Because the lies make you a slave. Right. The misinformation make you a slave. Wrap your arms around the garbage that they feed you, man. Despite what the Bible said, I'm the Lord your God and none else. I only serve you. All you got to do is just start serving me again to turn that back on. I am the Lord your God and none else. So the lies keep you a captive and a slave. The truth is the thing that make you free. All right? Right. Go back to what is it, John 8:32? Right, so we could go into the big debate that they saying, which is just like a Christian's response. But I just wanted to bring that part out right there because the brother came in asking a question about, or not necessarily a question, but he mentioned his family caught up in these fake religions. So I go to them verses and break it down just like that. The reason why you're suffering is because you've been a slave to their whispers, their enchantments. Their enchantment, they give you a little bit of the truth. Like the holidays is a beautiful thing that they went into understanding not to celebrate, that those were abominations, those Jehovah's Witnesses. But man, your prophet is a white man in there. You know, anybody can come and serve with you in those pews. That ain't happening in here because the Lord said, I am your God and none else. Nobody else can come in here but blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indian people. That's right. You know what I mean? We're not open-minded. We're very closed-minded. We as closed-minded as the Bible teaches us to be. That's right. You know what I'm saying? I ain't no free spirit, man. My spirit is locked up. Don't let people convince you to be open-minded and what's another word that they use? Optimistic. Hell no, man. I'm pessimistic about the Lord, man. It's this way or the highway. You know what I'm saying? That's how you got to be about this truth right here. All the time. You know what I'm saying? Man, we the Israelite School of UPK, of course, man. We started at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Commander General Yohana is our leader. what we do every Thursday is set the record straight on the misconceptions of the Bible. We just broke down a few today. We go throughout the entire earth. We got some events coming up in Louisville, Kentucky. No, the first one is where? Where's the first event we got? Next week.
This week, coming.
It's the Gauga Bars, man. Captain Gauga Bar. He got a lecture coming up this weekend.
Oh.
Right, down there in St. Louis, man. Search Captain Gauga Bar's page, man, and you'll find he's gonna do a hell of a lecture on. His lecture is entitled "Is Salvation for Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, or is it for everybody?" Similar to the topic that we just broke down, right? Captain the Gauga Bar gonna break that down this coming up Saturday. We're gonna have an excellent camp. We urge everybody, man, in the listening audience that can get down there, man, you know, to go support the brother, man. There's gonna be food, you know, of course, beverages, refreshments. We're gonna chop it up in brotherhood. And secondly, we got another event. I believe it's a 2-day event starting the 21st throughout the 22nd, man, in Louisville, Kentucky, man. New camp leader, Salaki, I forget the brother's name. What's his name? Salaki, new camp leader down there in the Midwest, man, rocking it out, man. My apologies for not having the brother's name on the top of my head. That's a goddamn shame, Salaki. But get down to Louisville, Kentucky, man, for 2 days, starting on the 21st.
His name is Sean.
I forget. Be definitive about the brother's name, and I'll mention it before the class is over with. But we got 2 major events in the Midwest, man, and we won't go ahead.
I got his name, son. His brother's name is Hachaanakah.
You sure? Nakawash? Okay, Most High in Christ. You get down there, man, and support that brother. You know what I mean? A new heavy hitter in the Midwest under Captain Marquardt. You know what I mean? We're gonna rock it out down there, man, and support him for 2 days of camp and some other beautiful things that he got planned for the Akim. Today is Thursday, our scripture breakdown class, and again, man, we set the record straight on all of these misconceptions in the Bible. Do we have any questions from the audience out there, Mashah? Anybody in the audience got a question? Online, I should say. Sloppy.
One question. Understanding in Genesis 2 that the Most High was not recreating or creating Adam afresh, brand new. What was going on when he said he made Adam from the dust of the ground?
Okay, from the give me the first one to come off my head to give you kind of a understanding of what the dust of the ground means, right? Like a lot of people in our Christianity, we believe that the Lord did what? Put some water and some dirt and formed a man and blew into that dirt. Is that not what we believe in Christianity? The Bible is far more complex than that. You got to do a lot more studying, man, before you try to make the Lord that goddamn simple. All right, the Lord made a man just like he made all other men, right? The same damn way. But with Adam, he did something special. And I love this scripture right here. I'm probably going to find some more to go to it, but I want y'all to be really, really foundated in this scripture. So I'm gonna go here to explain that scenario. Give me the natural man scripture. Because when the Most High created man was in his what? Okay, I like that, but more to the point. In his what, Mashah?
Natural state.
In his natural state. He hadn't been influenced by anything else. So, to your point, when a baby is in his natural state, what does it do?
Base things.
Off of what? Smell, touch, sight, how it feels, its emotions. You see what I'm saying? Without any rule to govern right from wrong, you're just going to be wandering around the earth, tasting and smelling and having sex with whatever you want to have sex with. Then you have sex with the goddamn sheep or the goat. You know what I mean? If it feels good enough, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? You're going to do some natural things. The man get a boner on, he's going to take care of it. You know what I'm saying? So the dust of the ground represents what? Give me the natural man.
Khan. In the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 2, and verse 14. But the natural man receiveth not the things of the Spirit of God.
You see that? The natural man receives not the things of the Spirit of God. Adam received the things of the Spirit of God in this second breakdown that we're speaking of, I believe, Mashah, is the question. Adam received spiritual things from the Lord, and those spiritual things made him not a natural man anymore. The dust of the ground represents a what? Anybody know? Blow my mind. Production bar.
A metaphor
For what?
for a low state.
Give me my hand. I shouldn't even ask you. You 5 stacks, man. I should ask one of the other brothers.
I don't even know where I am.
Right, you should have answered that. Look at you over there like that was a simple one. But that dust of the ground, to a brother that never heard that, it's like, damn, that makes sense. From a low state, meaning like, you know, how low, you can't get no lower than the dust that's on the ground. So when you receive the Spirit, what happens? You rise up. You start to see yourself above eating that piece of crap that animal just, you know, let out his backside. Brothers eat anything to survive. Eat the goddamn pig. You know, brothers that eat the shellfish and the snake if they hungry. But when you get the Spirit of the Lord, you ain't eating pork for nothing. Right. Now you've risen up above that low state. And you hold yourself and you esteem yourself higher than that because the Lord gave you his Spirit. Why would you debase yourself eating pork? Or eat some goddamn undesirable, unclean thing? Why would you do that? So go ahead.
Not to go off topic, but just if that makes so much sense right there, about how our enemies is trying to attack us in so many different ways.
Yes.
Because they push, you know, that pork and bacon and different fast foods so much.
Yes. As delicacies too. They make you want to spend more money on it.
Kind of.
You know what I'm saying? They make you want to spend extra money on a lobster or a crab. You know what I'm saying? They even got pork that you spend bunches of dollars on. You know what I'm saying? It's the filthiest thing in the earth. You know. So yeah, that low state is where you operating so far outside of the Spirit of the Lord. That's a low state. And when the Lord created men, he didn't create all men with his Spirit.
Well, now a question for you. What you were talking about with the court, because when I was in culinary school, I remember asking the chef, because I haven't eaten pork since 1992.
Okay.
Right? So I remember asking him, I asked him some questions, and he was like, oh no, the pig is okay to eat now because of how, you know what I mean, they actually raise it because they eat grass and this and that, and you know what I mean?
Right. So it's really not necessarily about what it eats. It's about, first of all, the Lord said it's an unclean animal. That's all I need. The Lord said, don't eat it. I don't care. You could have raised it eating strawberries his whole life. Yeah. You could have raised it eating strawberries and wheat and whatever. You know what I mean? But the Lord said this beast is unclean, so don't eat it. But there are some scientific reasons why you don't want to eat a pig. You know, but none of them matters to me because once the Lord said no, the answer is no. So I don't even, that argument about whether or not it's clean now, man, I don't care about that. Did the Bible say, well, he'll become clean in a particular year you can eat him? No, he didn't. The Lord would have put some stipulations on that had that been the case. That's just another ploy to get you to be filthy. And disregard the law of the Lord, which is the intention of the devil. Right. It's to make you believe that you can now do things that the Lord told you could never do, and to make you to believe things that the Lord never intended for you to believe. That is his whole purpose, and he's doing his job excellently in the earth. All right. Did I finish the last topic, or did we have more? We got that out. Okay, so I believe that answers the question. We're just talking about a low state. The dust represents a very low state of being. You know what I mean? Imagine a man. You see a man go out there, man, and pick up, anything and just eat it off the ground. Like, damn, what is wrong with this food? That's how men operated back then. They didn't know how to eat. Probably didn't know how to cook food. You see some bastards right now. Believe it or not, they got some people out here right now that just eat everything raw. They eat their chicken raw. Y'all seen them people? They call what do they call carnivores or something like that? People. eating raw, everything. They don't put heat to nothing, and they claim it make them healthier people. They kill a cow, 10 minutes later, they eating it like a beast in the field. It's all over the internet. Go ahead.
It's like it's a.
Go ahead, Bruce.
Is sushi unlawful?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's one another.
Anything raw is unlawful. Not all sushi is raw. I eat sushi right now, but it's smoked. I eat smoked meat. You can eat smoked fish. Go ahead.
What kind of sushi though?
That's what I'm saying.
I thought as long as it's shell, we can't eat shellfish.
Well, they have sushi made out of salmon or other white fish.
Correct.
You know what I mean? So you can have that in a rice roll that after it's been smoked with cucumber in it and some some of the habanero, a little soy sauce. Over candlelight. You know what I'm saying? There's some fried rice. You know, that's pretty good. But yeah, not all sushi is unlawful. Only the raw stuff. Let me see. But I don't even know, I need to check that right there because I don't even know if eating a fish because does the scripture say blood or does it say it has to be cooked? I'll get some answers to that one next week and I'll come back and we'll talk about it. Because a lot of that thing out there, you think you're eating blood, like y'all eating y'all steak like rubber now. Stop it. You don't know nothing until you taste a steak medium well, man. And that don't mean it's raw. Whenever I see posts like that, I be wanting to chime in, but I be like, no, let me not. Go ahead.
I'm kind of fighting with that. I changed the way I eat my steaks lately. Yeah. Now I don't like steak because I start cooking it all the way done.
No, hell no. Well, don't say all the way done. That's the misconception. It's medium well done. It's well done. All of it got done at the end. Meaning the center of it got raised to a certain temperature. If you did anything in culinary arts, you know the very center of the meat needs to be a certain temperature based on the amount of meat that is, based on its weight and based on the type of meat.
So it could be a little pink.
Oh man, you better not eat that steak if it's all brown.
Oh yeah.
I send my steaks back all the time. I'll take me a piece of it and send it back if it's that brown all the way through, especially if I said I wanted a medium or medium well. Now when you eating blue, it's another texture called blue, and that's like raw down there. What it just then put it on your plate.
They do that with their wagyu.
But they be thin though, like you get that wagyu thin like that, it's done after just that. I'm talking about like a thick piece of meat you only put on that and then serve it. That shit is raw.
If I could, that's actually all they do is searing the meat.
Right, you still eating, man.
Everything inside is raw.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But anyway, I wanted to talk about. I wanted to go into Biden and Putin, man. The war. What is it? The war of words right now. You know, we in the end, man. Like Commander General Hachaanakah predicted this long ago, man. The Israelite School of UPK had been telling everybody that Russia was going to kick off this third world war. And by God, man, Putin is losing this thing, and he's threatening to use tactical nuclear weapons. Meaning tactical, meaning like he only want to destroy a third of a city, or in that radius, without blowing up half of a state, so to speak. So he's threatening to use tactical nukes on the Ukrainians, right? But the title of this class is Russia Got It Right. And I'm gonna tell you the reason why I said this. We kind of broke it down when this war first got started, that the U.S. is dead wrong in terms of, we know this place is full of hypocrites, right? But I can show you two examples of where the U.S. did exactly the same thing that the Russians are doing now in Ukraine, right? Do you got those articles, Michelle? Please, give me the first one.
The first article, comparing Cuban Missile Crisis to Ukraine, has some fault.
Okay.
In his September 23rd op-ed, to confront Putin, Biden should study the Cuban Missile Crisis. David Ignatius neglected to mention the most relevant similarity of the crisis.
So like when this first came out, I thought to myself, man, this reminds me of the Bay of Pigs. Because I remember being a young man, and that was part of our history discussion, which was entitled "The Closest the United States of America or the World Has Gotten to push the button to nuclear war." And they mentioned the Bay of Pigs, Cuba, right? And I'm like, what the hell is the Bay of Pigs? I'm thinking animals and stuff like that, but it's actually a region in Cuba, the island that Castro ran at the time, right? And in the breakdown, the problem that Kennedy had was that the Russians had nuclear weapons that they were parking on Cuba. And Cuba is like right across the street from Miami. You get in your speedboat and drive to Cuba from Miami, where we was just at the Passover. Okay. You jump in your speedboat, man, and be in Miami. You know, a lot of refugees flee. Some of them try to swim over here, man. And some of them get in the cardboard box down there and wooden little float and risk getting eaten by sharks to get over here to America from Cuba. That's how close we are. So imagine a nation that we had odds with actually parking nuclear weapons and missile defense systems on a region that close to our United States sovereign land. It would be a problem. And Kennedy at the time was president, and he ordered the Russians, and he told them his threat was that if you don't move those weapons, we on the verge of sending a nuke over there and destroying everybody. They was gonna bomb the whole goddamn island of Cuba and kill everybody and destroy all of the weapons that was over there. That was the threat. And if they did that, because Russia had also nuclear submarines at the time in Cuba, what would they have done? They would have launched nukes over into America, right? So the reason I bring that up is because it's so similar to what Putin is saying in regards to the Ukrainians, right, in Crimea. That damn, you want to park nuclear defense system, you and NATO, right in my backyard. I can't have that. Keep reading for a little bit, Michelle.
Khan, in 1962, we had missiles in Turkey less than 2,000 miles from Moscow.
And this is the second time, right? And what year was that?
1962.
Okay, so right before the Bay of Pigs, Cuba, we had missiles parked where?
2,000 miles from Moscow in Turkey.
2,000 miles from Moscow in Turkey. Go ahead.
That so upset Soviet leader Nikita Khrushchev, he sought to counterbalance them with Russian missiles in Cuba.
You see that? That was a result of, because of what they was doing in what was it?
In Turkey.
In Turkey, because of what the U.S. was doing in Turkey, the result, I mean the response was to park nukes in Cuba, which is kind of balances it out, you know, or at least give you some idea of the fear, you know, that comes with your enemy parking nukes right in your backyard. You know what I mean? Go ahead, Michelle.
Khan, we were so terrified of Russian missiles that close to our border that President John F. Kennedy threatened to sink the Russian ships bringing them.
You see that? Go ahead.
Risking war, even nuclear war. Kennedy then resolved the crisis once and for all by getting to its root cause. He addressed Khrushchev's basic concern and removed U.S. missiles from Turkey.
All right. So why did I bring this article up? All right. The purpose of this article is to show you that the Lord. Give me the scripture in 2nd Ezra. Give me the gathering of them in the valley of Jehoshaphat. That's what I want first. We got any more questions online, Michelle?
We got one.
What's that question?
Where in the Bible does it talk about the 144,000?
Okay. That's good too. That's kind of on top. You got it?
That's the book of Joel 3 and verse 1. For behold, in those days and in that time.
That's verse what?
Joel 3 and 1.
Okay, give me the last part of 2. Chapter 2. Yeah, the last couple of verses of chapter 2.
Whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land.
Go above that.
I will also gather all nations, and I will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat.
That's the one I really want right there. That's the one I was speaking on. Give me a verse to be above that as well.
Verse 1. For behold, in those days, and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem. Verse 2.
Give me, where are you reading from? Joel what?
The 3rd chapter.
No, I want you to go into the 2nd chapter, a couple of verses before the end. That's Joel 3, chapter 3 and verse 2.
Right, I was reading. That's where I was at.
Chapter 3. You had verse 3 and 2?
God.
Verse 2. So go into...
Is it the one where you say to go into the valley of Jehoshaphat?
Yeah, just back up a little bit, a couple of verses. Even if it's in the previous chapter.
Okay, so we'll go to 2 and 2 and 31. Joel 2 and 31. The sun shall be turned into darkness.
Okay, a little bit above that. Let's get that breakdown as well. Let's just do all of that.
Joel 2 and 28. And it shall come to pass afterward that I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh, and your sons and your daughters shall prophesy. Your old men shall dream dreams, and your younger men shall see visions.
Go ahead.
And also upon the servants and upon the handmaids in those days I will pour out my spirit. Verse 30. And I will show wonders in the heavens and in the earth, blood and fire and pillars of smoke.
So he will show wonders in the heavens and in the earth, blood and fire and pillars of smoke. Anybody remember that verse now?
That thermonuclear war, I believe.
The war, the things that you're seeing right now, right? Like the bombs going off, that's the blood and the smoke. Look what's going on right now in Ukraine, right? They just bombed that big bridge, and then Russia sent a bunch of missiles over into their cities and killed a bunch of innocent people. Just had a bus full of people today get bombed in Pakistan. Was it, I think it was Pakistan. 18 people got blew up today in one of these other states. So blood and smoke and, etc. Keep going.
The sun shall be turned into darkness.
This is a good one, y'all, for y'all to put in y'all book. This breakdown here. What does that mean? The sun shall be turned to darkness. I'm gonna give you a hint. What does it mean if the sun went black? What happens? When the sun set, is it actually setting? Is that sun moving somewhere? Say again?
To another part of the earth, right?
Do the earth revolve around the sun or the sun revolve around the earth? Who knows? The earth spins, right? As it spins, it does what as well? You ever seen the picture of like the planets? We're trapped between the gravity of between the sun and gravity. You know what I mean? Like if you took a magnet, reverse magnetism, you couldn't get any closer to that. What's similar to how gravity works with the sun and the planets, right? So the Earth is revolving around around the sun, and the moon is traveling where? Who knows? Michelle? Around the Earth. So the moon is trapped in the Earth's gravitational pull, and the Earth is trapped into the gravitational pull of the sun. So as the Earth is spinning, it's also rotating around the sun. So when you see darkness, you're on a part of the Earth within that 24-hour period that the sun don't shine in. All right. So why did I say that? I said that to say this right here. A lot of people believe that sun is going to go black based on this scripture right here. Who knows the real answer? Y'all know the answer? Yeah, I figured y'all did. I think we went through this a couple times. But I want one of y'all to answer though. Go ahead and answer, Zara.
Alright, the sun shall be turned into darkness, meaning the thing that we look up to, the sun, represents light. You know what I mean? And what's being put up as like light is something wonderful and something that everybody should look up to, is their oppressor. Alright, and his empire, you know what I mean? The things that he says is gonna get brought. Like when it says,
no, you on it right there. You just said it. The things that you just said it. So like, I don't want to finish it for you. You want to finish it? Go ahead.
Because basically, his true image is going to come out. Everybody's going to find out about this.
We just broke it down in John, the 8th chapter. Did we not? The truth versus the lies. So like right now, we believe in lies, and we quick to talk about the things that our family taught us. Christmas and the religions and everything, and we hold that as what? Enlightenment. We've been enlightened by all of this wisdom of these black groups, and Christianity, and even Buddhism. Buddha is the man, ain't he? With the chanting, the Norway Ingate, the stuff that she did, and what's love got to do with it. I saw so many sisters chanting after that movie was popular. Man, like, damn, there's got to be some enlightenment. So the sun turning dark is a metaphor for the things that you believed was the truth. Those things are going to be turned to utter darkness for you. It's darkness for us to believe in those things now. Is that not right, Quadash Bar? If we start to believe in those things that we used to believe in, that'll be utter darkness for us, wouldn't it? So the sun, read it again. The sun what?
The sun shall be turned into darkness.
The sun, those things that you thought was the truth, you're going to realize was just darkness for you.
That's right.
Go ahead.
And the moon into blood.
And the same thing. And the moon, like, man, the moon is like, instead of a source to guide you, right? The moon, instead of a source to guide you to a destination where you're going to be safe, this thing that you believe in now is going to cause you to bleed. It's going to cause you death. That's what that means right there. Keep going.
Before the great and the terrible day of the Lord comes.
Before Christ come back, man, the whole earth is going to be set aright. Everything going to be set in its proper perspective in your mind. Everybody going to have an opportunity to know what the truth is. Read it again. Before.
The sun, before the great and the terrible day of the Lord comes.
Before that great and terrible day, man, that's what you in right now. You in the information age where the truth is out. The cat is out the bag. Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian people are Israelites. Let's play Kanye West real quick, Michelle. Let me show you how terrible it is for you to embrace the truth. How destructive it could be for just claiming to be an Israelite right now. For claiming this truth right now. For denouncing that source of light that you spent your whole life believing in. Let me show you how destructive it could be for a man or a woman, man, in these days. Go ahead, Michelle.
The KKK to Planned Parenthood was made by Margaret Sanger and known eugenics with the KKK to control the Jew population. When I say Jew, I mean the 12 lost tribes of Judah, the blood of Christ.
Pause right there. Margaret Sanger, we brought this out already, man. Margaret Sanger came out with the eugenics program to do what? Give black people's abortion. Make us murderers. Make every black household murderers. That's what her job was to do. Again, to convince us that it was good for us to sin. That was the whole purpose of that. To kill your baby while it was in the womb. To make you a murderer. Keep going, Michelle. Ain't that right, Qudash Bar?
The race, the people known as the race black, really are. This is who our people are. The blood of Christ. This, as a Christian, is my belief. And I believe that if we saw ourselves as more, Planned Parenthood was made by Margaret Sanger, a known eugenics, with the KKK.
Okay, so hold on. Let's kind of look at what he said, right? And then bring up the article, the ramifications for his speech. What did they do to Kanye West for claiming to be the 12 lost tribes of Israel, for claiming that blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indian people, for teaching, because you know he got a hell of a following, for teaching that black, Hispanic, and Native Indians are Israelites. What did they do to, but all of them, they don't have one West necessarily. They got something like one West, meaning somebody that studied a little bit and taught them something, right, for Dr. Bar? And taught them something. And they're just destroying themselves trying to teach it. But really what Kanye West should do is go play ties to Commander General Yohana and let us do that work while he keep making his goddamn music. Grow your beard. You leave that white woman alone. You know what I'm saying? She done left you and slept with somebody else. Go get your sister from the hood, man, and build her up. Build up a couple communities in the black neighborhood. You know what I mean? That's what he should do. But because he got on national television and claimed to be an Israelite and claimed that black folks are Israelites, the earth is turning on him right now. Read his punishment for claiming to be an Israelite. They claim he said some anti-Semitic things, but he didn't. He just said black people are Israelites. And it's funny, right? It's funny that every other nation can claim to be a Jew. Any nation they say can be grafted in, but let a nigga say, I'm an Israelite. And they're going to destroy his life. Go ahead, Michelle.
Say now, new unaired footage from the interview revealed that Fox News edited out anti-Semitic comments West made during the interview. He said, the Planned Parenthood, a non-profit that aims to provide reproductive health care in the United States and beyond, was launched to control the Jew population.
Now, how is that anti-Semitic? Right? Everybody know that when they came out with abortion, it wasn't to help black folks. You'll be a fool to believe why the earth why especially this country, sought to destroy black people, that Planned Parenthood was something to aid them somehow. Aiding us would have been not taking no more from us. In fact, giving some of what you took back. So we can have babies. Not making it tighter for us to have babies. And then giving us abortion clinics. He didn't say anything wrong. It's just let you know when you're on that side, you really be holding to what Caiaphas was beheld to as well. Because here's a brother saying, I don't care about necessarily in this speech about losing a place. I'm gonna say what I gotta say for black folks. And once you do it, bam, here's the result. Go ahead, Zaraq.
Got all kinds. So I got the punishment he received for the so-called anti-Semitic remarks.
Good.
And it says Chase Bank, J.P. Morgan Chase Bank cut ties with Kanye West after anti-Semitic comments. And it says, I was told there was no official reason given, but they sent this letter as well to confirm that he has until late November to find another place for Yeezy's empire to bank. The letter,
go ahead, Slocky. The
letter read, Dear Ye, we are sending this letter to confirm our recent discussion with reacted name that JP Morgan Chase Bank has decided to end its banking relation with Yeezy LLC and its affiliated entities.
Ain't that something, man? That's crazy right there. When banks supposed to be decentralized, anybody's supposed to be able to bank as long as they're not doing anything fraudulent. You would think that you have the right to hold your money in the bank. But all of them institutions are controlled by the singular empire, man. You know, go ahead.
This man is worth $6 billion.
$6 billion? You think
$6 billion.
You think he got that much bread tied up in that? He ain't. You sure?
Got on the car, sir.
Man, good night. That's a lot of money he got to move. And what he gonna do with it? Put it in the jar? put it in the house somewhere. I feel sorry for all brothers destroyed. But him, he ain't gonna have it as hard as you got it tomorrow. He'll be all right. The point is this right here, man. That this system that we wrapped up in, man, is not our rest. Everything that it got going on is against black people. You can't even claim to be God's people when everybody's supposed to have what? He declared my Christian right on national television. Everybody should have freedom. He should be able to sue him. He should be able to, because he just declared his freedom of religion, and they call it an anti-Semitism. Right? Anyway, let me see. What was the Slock? Who was reading? Anybody reading something from that? No, Slock. Keep playing that interview if you could, Michelle. Oh, you was reading what they did to him, Rob Slock. My bad. Finish reading that. And then we're gonna answer the brother's question. That was it.
That's pretty much it on that, sir. I actually have the actual the so-called anti-Semitic thing that he said.
Give me that.
It wasn't anti-Semitic at
right.
all.
Was it any different than what he just brought up?
Kill him, God.
Go ahead. Let me hear what he said.
It's the actual statement. You got it, Michelle? I got you.
I get it.
Yeah, nobody. That's how you know we the children of God, man. Cause
talk together.
We the only people that can't claim it.
Come.
You just come back to me, sir.
Okay, no sweat. Let's get the question. Was there another question, Michelle?
Where in the Bible does it talk about the 144,000?
Go to Revelations, the 12th chapter. Let's get Revelations 6:56. Let's get Revelations 12th chapter. It's either 12 and 21 or 21 and 12. One. Could be 21 and 12. Revelations 21 and 12 or Revelations 12 chapter 1. And who? Revelations 21:12. I'm really quicker with them phones, man. Get the Bible out.
Come. In the book of Revelation, chapter 21, verse 12, and had a wall great and high.
Go to verse 1 real quick.
Come. Revelations, chapter 21, verse 1. And I saw a new heaven and a new earth.
All right, so when you say I saw a new heaven and a new earth, right? What is heaven in this context? Anybody want to give that a shot? And I saw a new heaven. Is heaven going to be destroyed? Who said no? Raise your hand if you say heaven is not going to be destroyed. Then you have to break it down for them. How many heavens are there? Anybody know? Think about it. How many?
I mean, like, when you talk about the firmament.
Well, you want me to answer the question, or you want to answer it for me? All right. What is? How many heavens are there? First of all, and if you give me a number, please name them or describe them. You want to try this and give up that fast? Anybody else want to give it a shot? Go ahead, Michelle.
I would say 3, 1.
You already know the answer, right? Come on, one of these brothers that don't know that.
Oh,
come on.
You said Michelle.
I did say Michelle. I forgot you know the answer.
Oh,
I broke it down for you a million times. Come on.
It's lucky, sir. I'm trying to figure out the third one.
Give me the two you know then.
Is it the condition
Describe that. What do you mean by the condition?
Condition as far as our like a mind state.
Don't give me your statement like it's a question. Okay, I want you to answer. Have the confidence that you know what you're talking about because you've sat through the classes as well. And this is how you're gonna have to teach it when you start teaching it with the confidence that you know what you're talking about. You saying, is it a mind state? Obviously, you heard the breakdown. So give me what you heard before.
Hachaanakah that heaven. I've heard it was heaven is like a state of mind. You could be in hell.
Well, you get that mixed up with some other doctrine. You get that mixed up with the Moors. The Moors say heaven is a state. Moors say you could be in prison and be in heaven. You could be at the bottom of the goddamn earth in a box and still, you know, have that Christian good feeling in your heart. You know what I'm saying? But heaven is a condition. That's what you mean. Not state of mind. It's a condition. Because, you know, I'm in the ghetto, that is hell every day. Dead bodies in the street, crackheads, whores, and my people destroyed. That's hell no matter how I try to remix it in my mind. The reality of it is that's hell. You're a psychopath or some idiot if you believe that could be translated as heaven. That's crap, that's garbage teaching. But the condition, meaning what? Meaning what? What do you mean by condition? Break that part down. I think that's what you meant. Go ahead.
Condition, sir, if I may, is that like the state?
You keep saying the state. I said condition. What, like think about, think about the Rothschilds. Think about that queen over there, that bastard that's just died, all of the tyranny and murder that she produced in the earth. Think about how she lived. Right. Was that heaven for her? She eating everything she want, the best of everything. She wake up and somebody right there, you know what I mean, to wash her backside. She probably change her diaper. You know what I'm saying? And just cater to her whole life. She don't know no struggle that you've ever experienced in your life. Go ahead.
So that would be her heaven.
Yeah, damn right. And the heaven for her people as well. Yeah. Like you see these white men in these low states, that's by choice. He'd be a fentanyl head or a crackhead or something like that, that's by choice. But, you know, it's Caucasian people here right now that don't have half of your talent, that's doing way better than you.
Oh, cool.
They don't work nowhere near as hard as you work. They got way more than you and like think about I got some disgusting things that they've done. Think about the white boy that molested the little baby and he got 2 weeks on probation. Y'all see that? No. And the judge said, well, what about the white boy that they gave like 10 chances to stop recklessly driving and taking his parents' car and he killed 6 people? And they said he's not mentally capable because all he's known his whole life was, you know, posh and you know, he was some aristocrat, you know, born into wealth. He don't know no better, so he don't deserve jail time. That's heaven, man. Look at Donald Trump, heaven. You know what I mean? Me and you done stole some documents from the White House. We'd be up under the prison right now. We'd be up under the prison right now. Have we done some of the stuff that he's being accused of? Are you really saying what to me in my class?
I apologize for like you know, I just because I'm eating ice.
Yeah.
My iron is low.
Okay. Go ahead.
It's lucky, sir. If I may, it's on topic to what you were saying.
Go
ahead. How they get away with stuff we don't. Brett Favre.
The point is, Slocky, I don't mean to cut you off. The point is, this is heaven for them. This is their heaven. They were blessed to be able to do the things that they do right now. This is their dominion. Christ said, this is not our rest. If it was, we would be fighting right now. This they spot. This they thing right now. So that's heaven. Is a condition that you live in earth. Where is heaven coming to when Christ come? Is he bringing heaven with him, or are we gonna blast off somewhere to heaven?
That's gonna be here on earth.
There you go. On earth as it is in heaven. So that's one heaven we just described, the condition in which you live in earth, right? What's the next heaven? Go ahead. There you go. We often look up in the sky and say what? The heavens, right? The heavens, the heavens. And what's the third one? Go ahead.
Space, multiverse, universe.
That's the same one though. There's one more you're missing.
Where most are?
There you go. Give her a hand. So those are the three heavens. When you look up in the sky, you see the stars and the moon and everything. The one you don't see when you look up in the sky is where the Most High dwells at. And then the one you see every day when you get so pissed off that they've taken everything from you and they living so deliciously off of it in heaven. Own everything that you wish was yours. While you got to go beat the bricks at this goddamn slavery. You see my point? So read again. And I saw a new heaven, right? And a new earth. Keep reading.
Kind of a concept. It's like it. And I saw a new heaven and a new earth. For the first heaven and the first earth were passed away.
What does that mean? People get confused on that. For the first heaven and the first earth was passed away. Who know the answer to that? Zarok. So hold on with the young man. Go ahead. The first heaven and the first earth was passed away.
Is it that where we at now? I mean, what we going through now?
Break it down. What do you mean, like what we going through now? The first heaven and the first earth was passed away.
Is that saying when Christ come back and he changed this world to a heaven for us?
There you go. But what is he going to do before it becomes our heaven? And our earth, what is he going to do? What is he going to do with this place first? Go ahead.
He's going to take you, well, I don't know.
The Bible say, go ahead. I don't want to give you the answer because you want it. What is he going to do? He prophesied to come back with 250 million angels, right? What are they going to do? Are they going to be giving the hugs and kisses out?
No.
What they go ahead.
They're coming to wipe out.
Give me that in second entrance where he come with the thousands, wax strung with the thousands of heaven. Give me that real quick. No, stay right there. He'll find it. So let's me and you keep this dialogue going. So Christ, you remember what the disciples came to Christ and they asked him to tell them about the end of the world and his coming? And he said, no, not one of these stones shall remain, unturned. And they showed him the temple. He's like, all of this stuff going to be destroyed.
They're coming back hunting.
That's right. Hunters. But also they're going to do what? Destroy the structures in the earth. Everything is going to be made brand new. Like how they had us slaving, picking cotton, they're going to build our kingdom back up. You see what I'm saying? All of this stuff going to be bulldozed and destroyed. And that thing that's going to be built after is going to be built under our blueprints and by their hands, just like they did us. Right? So the first heaven, meaning the condition that they've enjoyed since forever, is going to be destroyed by the hands of Christ. Right? And the first earth that they've built, all of these monuments and all of these, look at Ukraine right now. Look at Syria over there right now. Look what just happened in a couple years ago under Barack Obama. Look what happened in Tanzania. Look what happened in Gaddafi's land. Right? You see a lot of places, man, that have been destroyed, that have these major historical land, cathedrals and cities built, being destroyed right now. So I saw a new heaven and a new earth. For the first heaven and the first earth were what? Keep going. Who was reading? Stay with me, young man. Go ahead.
For the first heaven and the first earth were passed away.
Go ahead.
And there was no more sea.
And there was no more sea. Like if you read like Ezekiel, we talk about those big cities, those big, I shouldn't say big, those mighty nations that they got all of their nourishment because they live by the sea. That just means everybody fed them. Everybody nourished them. Like in America, everybody pays homage to the dollar bill. You see what I'm saying? Everybody bowed down to American influence all over the earth, right? Because of its might. Okay, so that C is talking about they ain't having that power no more. That is going to be destroyed. They are not having that support system anymore. That's going to be taken away. The first heaven and the first earth and all the things that supported it, that's what that translates into. It's going to be taken away. It's going to be destroyed. All right, now jump down to verse 12.
Hachaanakah. And had a wall great and high, and had 12 gates.
No, he's talking about this new heaven, right? For I saw a new heaven and a new earth, right? And no more sea, for the first heaven and the first earth was dried away. And this new heaven had a what?
And had a great wall.
It had a great wall. Go ahead.
And high, and had 12 gates.
Go ahead.
And at the gates 12 angels.
Go ahead.
And names written thereon, which are the names of the 12 tribes of the children of Israel.
This is just a break. I just wanted to give you that first before we went into the further breakdown of the 144. Right. So the heaven and the earth is only, right, as we just broke down, the new heaven and the new earth under Christ is only structured, is only constructed for who? The 12 tribes of the names of the children of Israel are on each one of those gates. Right. Now, give me, what was the other scripture that we had already on the 144 Slakia?
Second entrance.
No,
13th chapter.
No, not that one. I wanted the one in Revelation. It's another one in Revelation.
Revelation 7 and 4.
Yeah, give me Revelation 7 and 4 Slakia. Then we're gonna end these next two precepts.
In the book of Revelation, chapter 7.
So this new heaven and this new earth that Christ is bringing, it needs a what? What does it need in order to flourish? Do everybody just go in there and we just live and do what the hell we want to do, and go in there and play basketball and football and volleyball and ping pong and just live kumbaya? Is there going to be a structure that governs how we live and make sure that the laws, statutes, and commandments are being held? Are there going to be a power structure in place so everybody know exactly what to do, how to do it, when to do it, what not to do, etc.? And that's what we're about to break down right now. Go ahead in Revelation 7.
Hachaanakah. In the book of Revelation, chapter 7 and verse 3, saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of our God in their foreheads.
This is what's happening with you right now. Everybody in this room, you're being sealed with the truth. The truth is setting you free from all the lies that you've been indoctrinated into.
Right.
This truth right here, man, you know what I'm saying? The thing that we hear, that we rehearse, that we listen to day in and day out, that we go to sleep studying, this thing is sealing you in your forehead. Now you know what not to eat, who not to be with, who not to converse with, who not to associate with, who not to give your love to. Now you know these things, right? So this sealing is taking place as we speak. And you're being sealed right now to be the governors of that kingdom that Christ is bringing. You're going to be the ones that set up the structure in the kingdom of heaven. Because everything needs a governor, doesn't it? Everything needs structure, right? The Most High needs the angels. You understand that? And that's what you guys are being set up to be right now. You want to add something, Production Boy?
And also it says, hurt not the earth, meaning that's why them bombs ain't dropped yet.
Mm-hmm. Hurt not the earth or the sea. The bombs gonna start dropping when, according to Edras, when they see that Christ coming out the sky. Right? Let's keep going.
Verse 4. And I heard the number of them which were sealed.
So the number of them that were sealed were what? Go ahead.
Hachaanakah. And there were sealed 144,000 of all the tribes of the children of Israel.
You see that? So out of all the tribes of the children of Israel, there's going to be this initial sealing, what you're seeing right now transpire in the earth. That's why there's so much negative influence against what we do. It's because they don't want this sealing to take place. Because once it's sealed, then guess what happens? Christ blasts up out that sky. with the orders from the Most High and with all his fury. You know what I'm saying? To get them back that stabbed him in his side. That's what's in the Bible. All right. Any other questions, Michelle? All right. Most High in Christ. With that, I turn the class over to the priest and officers of the rock for reading of the skillet announcement. Clap up for the
ISUPK security announcements. We are the ISUPK, start out of 1 West 125th Street out of Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother and sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. They need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment, Numbers 18 and 21. Malachi 3 and 8 through 10 means tenth in Hebrew, ma'ashra. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like, up and coming holy convocation. We're in the Feast of Tabernacles right now. We had the closing of the Feast of Tabernacles Monday. All right, it'll be starting at 7 p.m. Commander General Hachaanakah, of course, will carry out the closing of the Feast of Tabernacles. There's going to be good food, good drinks here. So make sure, all the Akim come out, all the brothers and all the sisters come out. We're going to enjoy ourselves. All right. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, to start wearing all black, boots, shirt, pants, headbands, and scarves. With that being said, I'd like to give a courtesy salute to the teacher. Amen to Israel. Ay Majim. Majim Shabbat. Ay Majim. Barak. Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Barakatah. Yajmatah. So, I'm going to give a courtesy salute to the sister. Majim Shabbat. Ay Majim. Barak. Yahweh Shemar Latah Hashem Yahushua. Yajmatah, dismissed. Good call, that one in, sir.